simpler model, however, was proposed in 1514 by a Polish priest, Nicholas Copernicus. At first, for fear of being accused of heresy, Copernicus published his model anonymously. His idea was that the sun was stationary at the center and the earth and the planets move in circular orbits around the sun. Sadly for Copernicus, nearly a century passed before this idea was to be taken seriously. Then two astronomers, the German Johannes Kepler and the Italian Galileo Galilei, started publicly to support the Copernican theory, despite the fact that the orbit is predicted did not quite match the ones observed. The date of the Aristotelian Ptolemaic theory came in 1609. In that year, Galileo started observing the night sky with a telescope which had just been invented. When he looked at the planet Jupiter, Galileo found that it was accompanied by several small satellites or moons which orbited around it. This implied that everything did not have to orbit directly around the Earth as Aristotle and Ptolemy had thought. It was, of course, still possible to believe that the Earth was stationary at the center of the universe, but that the moons of Jupiter moved on extremely complicated path around the Earth, giving the appearance that they orbited Jupiter. However, Copernicus' theory was much simpler. At the same time, Kepler had modified Copernicus' theory, suggesting that the planets moved not in circles but in ellipses. The predictions now finally matched the observation. As far as Kepler was concerned, elliptical orbits were merely an ad hoc hypothesis and a rather repugnant one at that because ellipses were clearly less perfect than circles. Having discovered almost by accident that elliptical orbits fitted the observations well, he could not reconcile with his idea that the planets were made to orbit the sun by magnetic forces.